Good morning, everyone. Today we have with us Dr. A.V. Shamshar. He is currently serving as a principal at School of Business, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Coimbatore campus, and he is heading the school from November 2019 onwards. And he is a fellow from IIM Kozhikode and has 20 years of industry and academic appearance. And he is also an alumnus of ASB. He has taught both MBA and PhD programs, and he had been a part of several administrative committees at ASB. His research interests are in the domains of cognitive business intelligence, issues in technology, human interface, analytics, and applications. Today, he will be making you understand about what are the current corporate or industry expectations of an MBA graduate because of the current pandemic situation or current technological disruptions, what industries are expecting. It's very important for a MBA graduate to understand what are the needs and what are the skills you need to acquire. He will be making you people to understand about that. And one more important point he will be covering about is all of you will be having a dilemma, fear, or all of you are at decision making point where which B school is good for me, how you need to school choose a good B school, business schools. So he will be giving you that insights also, and most important thing, what Amrita business school is going to offer you. So what our curriculum is, how our faculty, our research facilities are there today available for you, and how you can opt Amrita for your ASB business studies and all. He will be giving you that insights also. With this, I will welcome our today's esteemed guest, Dr. A.V. Shyam sir. You can go ahead and give all the necessary inputs and insights to the students who are eagerly waiting. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
So, hello to everyone present in this call. So, as Mr. Sudhir said, I will start with a brief discussion on the expectations that industry has from MBA graduates. Then look at some points that aspirants have to look for when they are choosing a B school, and then go on to discuss how ASB fares on those points. Okay, that is how I'll go through. Some of you might have attended yesterday's session in the same series, Future with Amrita MBA. So the professor there had covered or discussed points regarding the changing landscape in the industry, changing requirements, some expectations from graduates. So I'll be brief regarding those aspects. So the industry expectations are you should have cutting edge domain knowledge and skills. So the latest in the domains that you are trying to specialize in, you should know, and also the related skills. Also extremely important is communication skills, both written and oral. Yesterday, the professor was mentioning about advances in robotics and certain types of roles being taken over by robots in the future. So to keep ourselves or the MBA graduates more relevant, you should be concentrating on developing your higher order thinking skills. And another aspect that industry expects would be an entrepreneurial mindset. This doesn't mean that tomorrow you go and start an industry, but it looks at whether you are able to look at problem situations and come out with interesting solutions quickly. Okay, look for possibilities in any given situation. So these are some aspects related to the skills and knowledge that you must have. Also extremely important in any circumstance is that an MBA graduate should have integrity and he or she should be trustworthy. These are timeless values that are always valued by people in the industry. You may find that there are some cases where people might take shortcuts and gain in the short term, but it is always true that in the long term, only people with integrity and who work with values uh, prosper. Finally, to be very brief in this, one has to have the willingness and humility to be a lifelong learner. Learning never stops, especially in this situation where things are changing extremely fast. Whichever domain of management you may end up in, you should have this ability and willingness to keep learning. Okay, so with this background in mind, let me now move on to what a B school can provide or what a candidate should look for in a B school. I have put down some points. It's not in any particular order, but I would assume that all of them are important. For me, the most important stakeholder that you should look for in a B school is the faculty. How good are the faculty members? What are the, how experienced are they? Where have they done their PhDs or higher education from? Are they experts in the field? Are they just knowledge assimilators and disseminators, or are they also knowledge creators? Knowledge creation comes from their research, their publication. So any good business school you take, you would find that the faculty members are not just assimilators and disseminators of knowledge, but they are also creators of knowledge. Then, how good are the library resources? As we already mentioned, you have to be a lifelong learner. So you should not just rely on what the faculty members deliver inside classes. You should also develop the ability and skill to look at resources yourself, for which library resources are a very pertinent aspect. So how good are the library resources being provided by your institution or university? Similarly, how good are the information technology and information system resources being offered? The basic things are a good quality internet connection, then Wi-Fi connectivity throughout the campus, etc. Then access to licensed software, relevant software like statistical software and things like that. Is this provided by the business school? That is very important to look at. And also extremely important is how current or how cutting edge is the course content being offered. How frequently do the faculty or the school update their course contents? What is the process they follow for this? Are they taking inputs from industry experts, from other academicians? Good quality B schools are being benchmarked. What is the process of updating the course content? Are they delivering the latest? Then, what is the pedagogy being used? Is it just lectures, or are a combination of methods being used to develop the multiple skills that are looked for by the industry? I'll talk about it in little more detail in the subsequent slides. So for instance, are cases being used? Case method of teaching. Is it being used in the MBA program? Case method of teaching is one method which will force you to use your higher order thinking skills. Then how good is the academic infrastructure? Are the classrooms well appointed with IT and related audio video infrastructure in place? Are the seating arrangements well designed? Are there discussion areas for the students to discuss in groups? All these things matter. Then, how good is the industry connect being offered by the institution? How are the students getting benefited by the latest happenings in the industry? So this is also a very important aspect that you should look for while choosing a business school. Then, is the business school doing something extra other than what is taught in the curriculum to make the students industry ready in a better way? You will get to know more when I talk about what we are trying to do. So this is one aspect I would suggest that candidates or aspirants look for in the business schools that they are evaluating. Then, is there any scope for international exposure in case you are interested in that? It may be that not all of you are interested in getting an international exposure. However, if somebody is there scope being provided by the institution? Then, are there any extension activities being conducted by the institution where students are given a chance to participate? This would help increase their societal awareness. So, are such opportunities available for those who are interested? Then all the 2 years of an MBA cannot only be about academics and studies. How can you keep yourself fit? Are there sports and games facilities given or provided within the campus? How adequate are they? How adequate are the hostel and mess facilities on offer? Is the campus or the general environment in the institution conducive for learning? What is the peer group that you have? What is the quality of the peer group? What is the composition or heterogeneity of the peer group that are there in your batch? And what are the support systems in place by the organization to help the students flower during their 2 years in the program? So it is very important, unlike many other type of courses or programs, in MBA program, a lot of learning happens through your peers, discussions with them, and so on. So it is very important that the peer group should be very good. Then, how good are the rankings of the institutions on by different ranking agencies? These are third-party certifications or third parties are giving you some kind of measure of quality by the rankings that they provide. So you should also take a look at how good the rankings are of the institution, and also are they accredited by an appropriate accrediting agency, which is also a measure of quality of the processes in place by the organization. So these are some of the points that I had listed out on what a B school should provide, or on the other side, what a candidate should look for in a B school, so that the program can be well structured and delivered in such a manner that the industry expectations from MBA graduates can be met. Now, with this input in place, let me try to move on to what ASB has to offer on most of these points. So to begin with, our mission statement is to offer contemporary and quality postgraduate management education for life and living, emphasizing research, sustainable development, and societal benefits while engaging with key stakeholders. Now, coming to faculty, we have a very well experienced and highly qualified set of faculty members. Speaking about the ASB Coimbatore, we have 24 faculty members full-time as of now, and we are in the process of recruiting. In a short while, in a few months, we should be up to 30 faculty members. And all our faculty members come with PhDs from the best institution in India and abroad, India, IIMs, IITs, IGIDR, IRMA, etc. Then European universities, US universities, Australian universities, the best universities in the world. Only 2 of our faculty members are not yet PhDs, but they are in the final stages of their PhD process. And not just being highly qualified and experienced, all our faculty members are willing to provide support to students through a well-established mentor-mentee system that we have in place for several years at Amrita. So each student would be allotted a faculty mentor and would guide you on various aspects of academic and non-academic life at ASB. Now, coming to library resources, we are proud to have one of the best libraries with almost all available online resources, journal bases, etc. that are available. So you would see here, I have put it out on, we have EBSCO, ProQuest, Emerald, Science Direct, IEEE, JGate, SAGE, almost all the well-known journal databases are available. And when we were forced to work online by the pandemic, we gave access to all these resources to all our students through a virtual private network. Here are some pictures of our central library, a very well appointed and very spacious library that we have in the campus. This is of the Coimbatore campus. Then coming to courses, we have currently 23 core courses, and we have 12 elective courses for which the students can choose from more than 50 courses on offer. And we have regular updation of the curriculum, definitely once in 3 years, but course level updations happen almost every year. And we have introduced several new electives in the recent years in line with the developments in the industry. For example, we have courses on business analytics, data mining, then financial technologies, fintech, industry 4.0, machine learning, cybersecurity, governance, risk and compliance, and so on. So a lot of new age courses are being offered to our MBA graduates to make them industry ready. And students have a choice, a wide choice. They need to take only, each person need to take only 12 electives out of about 50 or plus on offer. And at the beginning of every course, the student is given a detailed course outline, which maps whatever is put up on the slide. So the student knows right in the beginning what he or she is getting into. Now, this information is made available even before they select elective courses, so they can make an informed choice. I was mentioning about pedagogy in the earlier slide. So we also follow an eclectic pedagogy. We have lectures, case discussions. So from last year at ASB Coimbatore, we have been subscribing to Harvard Business School's cases and simulations, because we got feedback from students that they love simulations, and we have been having simulations right from so many years. as part of our strategic management course, it was kind of a capstone simulation. But now what we have done is we have taken site license. So we have access to more number of simulations that the students can go through. Similarly, group discussions, group presentations, role plays, article presentations, it all depends on the course and the instructor. Different types of approaches are taken with the goal that you develop your team working ability, communication skills, higher order thinking skills, etc. So we have as I was talking about academic infrastructure, this is the standalone or separate building for the School of Business at Coimbatore. These are some pictures of the inside of the building, classrooms, etc. We have a well-appointed guest house so that we can host industry representatives and also visiting faculty when they come to handle classes for our students. Then speaking about Industry Connect, we have MOUs with industry associations. I have put in a picture where we have signed an MOU with the Coimbatore Management Association recently for collaborations. Then we have regular colloquia, which is handled by a student colloquia team mentored by a faculty mentor. So almost weekly or definitely once in 2 weeks, we have colloquia where industry experts or sometimes senior academicians from abroad, entrepreneurs, etc., come and share their experiences and latest happenings in the industry in different domains with our students. So through this, students get a chance to keep abreast of what is happening in the industry on a regular basis. As I mentioned a little while before, we do have industry representatives, including some of our senior alumni, handling full courses, or some of them come and handle specific sessions within other courses. Summer internship of minimum 8-week duration is mandatory for every MBA student of Amrita institutions. So this happens between the first and second years, and the institution helps them to get internships in good organizations. These are some pictures of colloquia in the recent times. So on top left, you find a Lieutenant General of the Indian Army, Lieutenant General Arun. On the right, you have an IAS officer, Mr. Ranjit Rajan, who was in the Kerala cadre. And below you will find academicians, one from Middlesex University in Dubai, and the other is from the United States. Now, what else can a business school offer in addition to the regular courses and electives to make you or the candidates industry ready in a better fashion? So we offer industry certification opportunities. We have tie-ups with such organizations. So if you choose, you could get certified in predictive analytics using IBM SPSS, descriptive analytics using IBM Cognos. You could take Lean Six Sigma certifications, yellow belt, green belt, and so on. There are NISM certifications, IIBF certifications, CFA programs, etc. These are all offered. What we do is we offer the training free of cost, but for the certification, you would have to pay for the respective organizations will charge for the certification. So these are purely optional for the students, and there could be charges which are additional to the fees that are charged for the MBA program. Similarly, we have an academic alliance partnership at Coimbatore with SAP. So we have access to SAP ERP software and the Global Bike Incorporated dataset. So the students who are interested can work with the relevant modules related to their areas of specialization and gain a better understanding of the world-class processes that are in place in their respective domains. In addition, to make you industry ready in a better way, there are training sessions conducted by our dedicated Directorate of Corporate and Industry Relations, which we call as CIR. So right from the trimester 1, when a person enters the MBA program, CIR offers training in both aptitude and soft skills. Similarly, we have 1 or 2 alumni boot camps that are organized every year, where our alumni come and share the expectations from industry. They also conduct mock interviews, TD sessions, etc., so that it becomes very easy for our graduates to clear the hurdles to get a job in the job market. Then for those who are interested, we have the option of international exposure. At ASB Coimbatore, we have an optional MBA MS dual degree program with IMT Business School in Paris. So it works like this. The student will have to complete the 6 trimesters at ASB Coimbatore and then spend 1 semester at IMT, and he or she will get 2 degrees, MBA from ASB, Amrita, and MS in International Management from IMT. For those who are interested in summer schools, short-term stints, etc., we have these options with different B schools. I'll show you some pictures of a few of our students who had gone on a summer school to University of Twente in the Netherlands. Those are the pictures on the top. And the 2 pictures on the left, bottom, are from exchange students who came to Amrita for interaction with our students and faculty. We have running research collaborations with these international universities that are listed here. These are just an indicative list. At Amrita University, we have a dedicated Amrita Center for International Programs headed by a Dean of International Programs who handles all these collaborations at a central university level. Now, coming to extension activities, we have a long-running village outreach program where our faculty members, primarily led by Professor Shobana, who you can see in the top left picture. Our students, under her guidance, go to the nearby village and spend time teaching the underprivileged children there on alternate weekends. This has been running for more than 15 years now. There has been a gap due to the pandemic, but still we will continue doing that. This is an optional program for students to engage in, but many of them find it a very life-changing kind of experience. At the university level, we have a program, an experiential learning program, again an optional program for MBA, where students get a chance to go and stay in some villages adopted by our parent institution, the Mata Amrita and Tamai Mutt, learn about the sustainable practices that are used by the villagers, and try and find some solutions for some of the problems, livelihood problems that they might be facing. So since we are a multidisciplinary universities, students from engineering, medicine, business, etc., can collaborate and come out with solutions that will help these individuals in those villages. So here are some pictures where School of Business students had gone to villages in different states in India 2-3 years back. And these are pictures from different states. We also give opportunity for our students to engage in the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan through Amala Bharatam campaign that is run by the Mata Amritanandamayi Mutt. Our students regularly organize blood donation camps, and when floods struck the neighboring states, southern states, our students had taken initiative to provide flood relief. Both money and material were provided for the for the flood affected people. We have well-appointed hostels with single rooms facility for all the PG students. So we have currently about 550 single rooms for men and more than 600 for lady students, and more hostels are under construction now. Hygienic and wholesome vegetarian food is provided in the messes. All are prepared in semi-automated centralized kitchen. As I said before, it cannot not only be about academics. So a good institution should have very good sports and games facilities. So here are some pictures from the Amrita Coimbatore campus. We have a very large ground where people can play, run, etc. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool overlooking the Western Ghats. These are some other outdoor sports facilities that are available in the Coimbatore campus. Some indoor sports facilities. These are available both in the men's and ladies hostels. Further, there are well-appointed gymnasiums in both the ladies and men's hostels. So we have a clean, green and serene campus at Coimbatore, about 500 acres of lush green campus, which provides a calm, pollution-free and intoxicant-free atmosphere, which will help in studies. You may also note that this campus has won the Swachh Campus Award twice in recent years. In line with our green initiatives and efforts towards sustainability, we have solar panels atop most of our buildings. This is a picture of the solar panels above the School of Business building. It generates about 50 kilowatts of electricity, this unit. Now, how to develop an innovation and entrepreneurial mindset? Amrita is fortunate to have a technology business incubator at the university level, which is ranked among the top few in the country consistently for incubating the large number of business ideas. So as an Amrita student, you definitely have access to that facility. Then as far as coursework is concerned, we have an innovation and entrepreneurship core course that is offered to all the students. Then there are electives on innovation and business plan development for entrepreneurship, which are on offer for interested students. Similarly, successful entrepreneurs and executives regularly address our students through colloquia forum and instill the entrepreneurial and innovation culture. We encourage our students to participate in different business plan contests like those conducted by IMA, and I'm happy to share that 2 years back, our Amrita Coimbatore students won the national first prize in the IMA business plan contest uh, from a competition of more than 170 teams, 175 teams. We do run strategy simulations in a very competitive environment, and there are other simulations being run in specific elective courses, which also helps students develop this competitive spirit. One unique feature of ASB is that we use the sustainability literacy test, which is organized by the Higher Education Sustainability Initiative of the United Nations. It covers a wide range of sustainability issues, and ASB is the only Indian institution to appear in the SELI test report. We have our National Business School Fest called Pragati, which is planned, organized, and executed completely by students. So they get real life exposure to how to organize, plan, organize, and execute, including handling the finances of a big event like a national level business fest. So last year, due to the pandemic, our students did it virtually. So these are some snapshot of that. To develop teamwork and camaraderie among students, we celebrate different festivals in the campus. So these are some pictures of those. Gokulashtami is celebrated on a large scale in the Amrita campuses. These are pictures where I have captured only the School of Business students. Our students organize the Teachers' Day celebrations. These are pictures from Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations. We also observe the International Day of Yoga every year. In fact, students are given inputs on yoga and meditation right from the orientation program. So those who are interested do practice yoga and meditation and get benefited from them. So those kind of inputs are also given at Amrita. We also observe the Constitution Day. These are some pictures of the Constitution Day celebrations where we had beamed the celebrations, the speeches from the Parliament as mandated by the government and UGC. Now coming to rankings and accreditations. Amrita School of Business is part of the Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, which has been ranked consistently among the top 10 universities in India, and the recent rank is the 5th by the National Institution Ranking Framework. You would also know that among the very few institutions which has been recommended for the status of Institute of Eminence by the University Grants Commission. We have also been ranked very high in the international rankings like Times Higher Education Rankings and QS World Rankings. And we have recently, in the third cycle, being accredited by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council with A++ ranking accreditation, which is the highest possible. ASB Coimbatore is also accredited by AACSB. That is the gold standard in business school accreditations. Both our MBA and PhD programs are accredited by AACSB, and this is a kind of a stamp on the quality that we continue to profess in all our processes, teaching, learning, and research. So with this, I conclude my presentation. If you have any questions, I would be happy to take them. Over to you, Mr. Sudhir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. I hope all the students got their insights about MBA, what kind of curriculum we are giving, and what kind of international standards we are following, and how esteemed our faculty is. I hope all the students have got a gist of the information we have shared. We have got two questions, sir. The first question is from Srinath. So he is asking, uh, we haven't mentioned more details about the dual degree program. So, are there any criteria to join for this dual degree program? If you can share some insights, that will be.
Uh, the dual degree program at Coimbatore, as I mentioned, is an optional program. So students, at the end, towards the end of the first year of the program, can respond to calls which come from the Amrita Center of International Programs and apply through them. So obviously, the IMT, Institute of Mind Telecom, they have their own criteria because they are highly ranked. They are ranked in the 20s in the world. So they have their own criteria. They could have CGPA criteria, which might differ a bit from year on year. But you would have to satisfy those. The advantage of having this option of dual degree with us is that they transfer credits, whatever you have done here. So you need to spend only one semester there and you get the Master in International Management. So there could be criteria that are specified by IMT, which is in addition to our entrance criteria. So admission to MBA program at Amrita is not an automatic qualification for the dual degree, if that is what you are asking.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, and I hope Srinath would have understood, I think. And one more question. Our curriculum has international logistics and supply chain management integrated.
Of course, logistics and supply chain management is very much part of our curriculum. And in fact, we are also thinking by next year we may be able to offer a supply chain analytics course separately. So logistics and supply chain is very much there, but currently it is an elective under the operations area.
Sure.
Basic inputs about logistics and supply chain are given in the operations management core courses, but more details are covered in an elective course on logistics and supply chain management.
Sure, sir. Sure. I think only sure, sir. Sure. I think only two questions have come up from the students. If any more questions are there, I encourage students to post it to mba@amrita.edu. And thank you, sir, for giving and sharing us a lot more insights about MBA and what are the current trends and requirements, our industry expectations today. And I thank all the students for sparing their time on Sunday and attending this session and asking doubts very curiously and all. Hope this video will be helping you, and we will be doing two more set of videos about making you understand about the MBA and what are the curriculums we offer in other B schools which we have also. Thank you everyone, and with this we will be ending the session. See you soon. Have a good day.